Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling off, like something wasn't quite right, but you couldn't put your finger on it? That project you've been working on sounds interesting. Chances are you've just experienced one of the sneaky ways people show disrespect. These subtle jabs can chip away at your confidence and damage relationships before you even realize what's happening. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that affects us all. Disrespect, but not the obvious kind. We're talking about the sneaky, under-the-radar signals that are easy to miss but just as harmful. Recognizing these signals is crucial. When you can spot disrespect early, you can address it, set boundaries, and protect your self-worth. Plus, you'll become more aware of your own behavior, ensuring you're not accidentally disrespecting others. In the next few minutes, we'll break down 14 sneaky disrespect signals you need to recognize. From backhanded compliments to subtle body language cues, we'll cover verbal, non-verbal, and behavioral signs that someone might not have your best interests at heart. Ready to become a disrespect detecting pro? Let's dive in. Let's start with verbal disrespect signals. The sneaky ways people can disrespect you through their words alone. Backhanded compliments. These are compliments with a hidden sting. For example, "You're so brave for wearing that outfit," or "You're pretty smart for a blonde." These statements might seem positive on the surface, but they carry an underlying insult. They're disrespectful because they undermine the compliment, leaving you feeling worse instead of better. The key to identifying backhanded compliments is to pay attention to how they make you feel. If a compliment leaves you feeling confused or slightly offended, it might be backhanded. If you've ever experienced a backhanded compliment, share it in the comments below. Your examples could help others recognize these sneaky put-downs. And if you're finding this information valuable, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Interrupting. This can take many forms. Talking over you, finishing your sentences, or changing the subject abruptly. Chronic interrupters might claim they're just excited or engaging in the conversation, but the impact is clear. It communicates that what you're saying isn't important. There are different types of interruptions. Intrusive interruption, when someone completely takes over the conversation. Cooperative interruption, when someone jumps in to agree or add to what you're saying. Clarification interruption, when someone interrupts to ask a question. While not all interruptions are inherently disrespectful, frequent intrusive interruptions can be a sign of disrespect. Dismissive language, phrases like "whatever," "you're overreacting," or "it's not a big deal" might seem harmless, but they carry hidden meanings. These statements dismiss your thoughts, feelings, or experiences as unimportant or invalid. Other dismissive phrases to watch out for include, "You always never," "That's ridiculous," "Get over it." These phrases shut down communication and invalidate your perspective. Patronizing tone. Listen for vocal cues like exaggerated patience, speaking slowly as if explaining to a child, or using pet names inappropriately. You might hear this in professional settings when someone explains a basic concept you clearly understand, or in personal relationships when discussing emotionally charged topics. A patronizing tone often comes with oversimplification of complex ideas, unnecessary explanations of things you already know, use of condescending terms like "sweetie" or "buddy" in inappropriate contexts, excessive sarcasm. While a bit of sarcasm can be playful, it crosses the line when it's constant or targets personal issues. Playful sarcasm brings people together and everyone laughs. Hurtful sarcasm often leaves one person feeling attacked, even if the speaker claims it's just a joke. Signs that sarcasm has crossed into disrespect. It's used to criticize or point out flaws. Only one person finds it funny. It's used to avoid direct communication, minimizing your feelings or experiences. "You should be over that by now," or "Other people have it worse," are examples. These statements invalidate your emotions and experiences, implying that your feelings aren't legitimate. Minimizing statements often start with phrases like, "At least," "It could be worse," "You're lucky that." These can have a significant psychological impact, making you doubt yourself and your right to feel the way you do. Now let's move on to non-verbal disrespect signals. These can be just as hurtful as words, sometimes even more so. Eye-rolling or exaggerated sighing. These expressions can range from subtle to obvious, but they all communicate the same thing: frustration, dismissal, or contempt. A quick eye roll might be easy to miss, while a dramatic sigh is hard to ignore. These gestures say, "I don't value what you're saying or doing." It's a wordless way of belittling you. Be aware that in some cultures, these expressions might be more or less acceptable, so always consider cultural context. Lack of eye contact. This one can be tricky because cultural norms around eye contact vary widely. In some cultures, direct eye contact is seen as respectful, while in others, it can be considered aggressive. However, if someone consistently avoids meeting your gaze in a context where eye contact is expected, it could signal disinterest or disrespect. Consider these factors when evaluating lack of eye contact: cultural background, personal comfort levels, consistency of behavior. If someone usually makes eye contact with others but not with you, it might be a sign of disrespect. Invading personal space. We all have physical boundaries, and when someone consistently ignores these, it can feel threatening or domineering. This often ties into power dynamics. Someone might use their physical presence to intimidate or assert dominance. Personal space varies by culture and individual preference, but signs of invasion might include standing too close during conversations, unwanted touching, leaning into your space, negative body language, crossed arms, a turned-away body, or tense posture can all be subconscious signals of disrespect or discomfort. While someone might not be aware they're doing it, these cues can create a hostile or unwelcoming atmosphere. Other negative body language cues include clenched fists, narrowed eyes, turned-away feet. Remember, one isolated instance doesn't necessarily indicate disrespect. Look for patterns and clusters of these signals. Checking phone during conversations. In our modern world, this has become a common but disrespectful habit. It impacts attentiveness and sends a clear message: whatever is on my phone is more important than you. Modern etiquette suggests putting the phone away during important conversations. If you're expecting an important call, mentioning it beforehand. Excusing yourself if you must take a call or respond to a message. Withholding acknowledgement. This can involve ignoring greetings, not responding to contributions in a group setting, or even giving someone the silent treatment. It's a way of saying, you're not even worth acknowledging. This can be particularly hurtful, as it denies the basic human need for recognition and interaction. It might look like not responding when spoken to, excluding someone from group conversations, ignoring someone's presence in a room. Finally, let's talk about two key behavioral disrespect signals that often fly under the radar. Chronic lateness. We've all been late occasionally. Traffic jams happen, alarms fail, life gets in the way. But there's a big difference between occasional tardiness and habitual lateness. When someone is consistently late to meet you or join scheduled events, it communicates volumes about their priorities. Chronic lateness says, "My time is more valuable than yours." It suggests that they don't respect your schedule or the commitment they've made. This can be especially frustrating in professional settings, where it can disrupt workflows and meetings. In personal relationships, it can leave you feeling undervalued and unimportant. To differentiate between occasional and chronic lateness, consider frequency of late arrivals, whether they notify you in advance, if they show genuine remorse or offer explanations, breaking commitments without explanation. This goes beyond just being late. It's about not showing up at all, or backing out of agreed-upon plans without a valid reason. This behavior can have a significant impact on trust. When someone repeatedly fails to follow through on their commitments to you, it erodes the foundation of your relationship, whether personal or professional. Watch for patterns in this behavior. Does it happen more often with certain types of commitments? Are the explanations, when given, always vague or shifting? Do they show genuine effort to make amends or prevent future occurrences? Consistent patterns of broken commitments without clear communication are a red flag for disrespect. Both of these behaviors, chronic lateness and breaking commitments, share a common thread. They demonstrate a lack of respect for your time, energy, and feelings. They prioritize the disrespectful person's convenience over your needs and the mutual agreements you've made. And there you have it, 14 sneaky disrespect signals to watch out for. From backhanded compliments to chronic lateness, these signals can erode relationships and self-esteem if left unchecked. Remember, context is key. What's disrespectful in one situation might be acceptable in another, so always consider the full picture. Cultural differences, individual personalities, and specific circumstances can all play a role in how these signals are expressed and interpreted. Open communication is crucial. If you're unsure about someone's behavior, it's okay to ask for clarification. Most importantly, don't be afraid to set boundaries and address disrespect when you see it. Your feelings and experiences are valid, and you deserve to be treated with respect. Learning to recognize these signals isn't about becoming paranoid or overly sensitive. It's about developing emotional intelligence and creating healthier relationships. By understanding these cues, you can address issues early, communicate more effectively, and foster an environment of mutual respect. If you found this video helpful, Please hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on communication and relationships. Share your experiences or questions in the comments below. Let's learn from each other. Thanks for watching. And remember, recognizing disrespect is the first step to fostering healthier, more respectful relationships in all areas of your life.